Win the day before the day even starts. Most people begin their day when the sun comes up. The successful begin their day long before that, because here's the truth. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your habits. And if your habits are weak, your day will be weak. If your habits are scattered, your results will be scattered. But if your habits are strong, your day becomes yours. Your life becomes yours. Let me tell you something I learned early in my journey. Success is predictable. It's not luck. And it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. And discipline begins before the day begins. It starts in your mind. It starts in your decisions. It starts in the quiet hour when the world is still. And you decide who you will be today. Most people start the day reacting. Reacting to messages. Reacting to problems. Reacting to pressure. But winners, champions, the people who shape their own destiny, they start with intention. They prepare. They focus. They decide the direction of the day so the day doesn't decide for them. Win the morning. Win the day. Win the day. Win your life. The battle for success is not fought at noon. It's won in the early hours. In silence, in discipline, in preparation. If you want to achieve great things, don't wait for the day to begin. Begin before the day. You'll think clearer. You'll feel stronger. You'll act with purpose. And you'll build a life that most people only dream about. Because the secret to success is simple. You prepare, you plan, you take control. Long before the world wakes up. That's how you win the day, before the day even starts. If you want to win the day before the day begins, you must first learn to win the night before. That's where the real preparation happens. That's where the mind settles. That's where tomorrow takes shape. Most people go to bed tired, but they don't go to bed prepared. They leave tomorrow to chance, to impulse, to pressure, to chaos. And then they wonder why their days feel overwhelming, why they wake up confused, why they feel behind before they even begin. Let me share a principle that changed my life. Never start the day until it is finished on paper. That means tomorrow should be designed today, tonight, before you close your eyes, before you let the world fade out. Because planning the night before does something powerful. It frees your mind from worry and fills it with intention. Most people think the morning determines everything. It does, but the night before makes the morning possible. Let me paint the picture for you. When you go to bed without knowing your priorities, you wake up reactive. You wake up responding to whatever shows up. You wake up letting the world decide what matters. But when you go to bed with a clear plan, the morning becomes an execution, not an exploration. You're not guessing. You're not scrambling. You're not deciding from scratch. You're following the blueprint you already built. Preparation creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates results. That's the chain. That's the formula. And it begins the night before. Why planning the night before works so well? It works because the mind loves clarity. It loves direction. It loves completion. And when you set your plan before you sleep, your subconscious begins working on it, shaping ideas, building solutions, solving problems quietly in the background. You wake up already aligned, already energized, already ready. You ever notice how you sleep better when your mind is clear? When you don't have tasks floating around? No loose ends tugging at your peace? A plan frees you. Let me put it simply. A messy mind creates a messy life. A clear mind creates a clear path. And clarity is built the night before. Discipline isn't something that appears in the morning. It's something prepared the night before. You decide when you'll wake up. You decide what you'll work on. You decide what truly matters. That's the difference between a drifting life and a directed life. When you plan ahead, you avoid emotional decision-making. Because let's be honest, in the morning, we don't always feel like making good choices. We don't always feel like doing what matters. But a plan doesn't care about feelings. A plan removes guesswork and excuses. You don't have to think about what to do. You just start doing. That's discipline made simple. That's success made predictable. The simple formula: write your day before it begins. Here's the method I used for years. The method that changed everything for me. 1. Write down your top 3 priorities for tomorrow. Not 10, not 20, just 3. The most important tasks, the ones that move the needle, the ones that make the day meaningful. 2. Set your intention for the day. How will you show up? Focused? Disciplined? Calm? Driven? Write it down, because behavior follows intention. 3. Prepare what you need before you sleep. Tools, notes, clothes, workspace, everything. Set the stage for success before you walk into it. Winners prepare their environment. Losers arrive unprepared. That's not criticism. That's observation. 4. Review your day. What went right? What needs improvement? What must be done differently? Reflection builds wisdom. Wisdom builds better decisions. You don't need hours to plan. You need intention. A few quiet moments. A pen. A piece of paper. And a willingness to take responsibility for your tomorrow. Let me tell you something important. You don't build a great life by accident. You build it by direction, by design, by discipline. And design happens at night. It happens when distractions fade. It happens when the world is quiet. That's when you create the blueprint. That's when you decide your future. Planning the night before is not a small habit. It's a life-changing one. You'll feel more prepared, more confident, more focused, more in control. You'll wake up with purpose, with clarity, with momentum. You'll stop drifting and start directing. Because success doesn't begin in the morning. Success begins the night before. And if you learn to master that one habit, that single discipline, you'll find yourself winning days, winning weeks, winning months, and ultimately winning your life. If you want to win the day, you must win your mind first. And you must win it before the world gets its hands on it. Because once the world touches your mind, with noise, with problems, with expectations, with distractions, you're no longer thinking your thoughts. You're reacting to theirs. Let me give you something to remember. You can't lead a day you start by following. If the first thing you do in the morning is reach for your phone, you've already lost control. You've surrendered your mind to messages, notifications, requests, pressure. You've let the world speak before you've spoken to yourself. That's the problem. That's why people feel overwhelmed. That's why they wake up anxious. That's why their days feel out of control. They never give themselves the quiet moment needed to decide how the day will unfold. Let me say it slowly. Your mind is your property. Guard it, protect it, direct it. Your morning mindset determines the strength of your decisions, and the strength of your decisions determines the outcome of your life. What happens when you don't guard your mind? If you start your day with noise, your mind becomes chaotic. If you start your day reacting, your mind becomes scattered. If you start your day unfocused, your actions lose power. That's why so many people feel lost. Not because they are lost, but because they begin their day in the wrong state. Let me tell you a simple truth. The mind that begins in chaos will end in chaos. The mind that begins in clarity will create clarity. The mind that begins in purpose will produce purpose. Morning is the gate. Protect the gate. The first battle is mental. Before you act, before you work, before you move, you must think. You must settle the mind, center it, strengthen it. Winners know this secret. The world is loud, so the morning must be quiet. Silence is not empty. Silence is strength. Silence is where your wisdom speaks. So what should you do in the morning before the world tries to claim your attention? Here's the formula. Wake up, sit still, think, reflect, breathe, decide. That's how you master your mind. That's how you take command. Build a morning space the world can't enter. You need a mental space that belongs to you. A place of clarity, a place of calm, A place of strength. No messages. No noise. No opinions. No scrolling. Just you, your thoughts, and your direction. Let me tell you something you may not have heard in a while. You deserve a moment for yourself. Not after work. Not after stress. Not after the day has drained you. You deserve it first, because your mind comes first, and a strong mind creates a strong life. Set the tone before the world sets it for you. If you don't set the emotional tone of your day, something or someone else will. It might be a message. It might be a problem. It might be the past. It might be fear, but it will never be your best self. Instead, choose your emotional tone intentionally. How? Gratitude, reflection, focus, expectation. Think about what's good. Think about what matters. Think about what needs to be done. Think about who you want to become. Ask yourself simple questions. What kind of person will I be today? What attitude will I bring into the room? What work deserves my best energy? How do I want to show up? These questions build awareness. Awareness builds discipline. Discipline builds success. And success is emotional before it becomes physical. Why this matters? Because the world is competitive. The world is demanding. The world is distracting. And if you don't strengthen your mind early, the world will weaken it later. Your morning mindset is your armor, your protection, your preparation. Let me put it plainly. If you don't master your mind, the world will master it for you. And the world does not have your goals. The world does not have your dreams. The world does not have your purpose. That's why you must take control at the start. Before the noise, before the rush, before the world wakes up, start with your own voice. Before you hear opinions, hear yourself. Before you hear the world, hear your goals. Before you hear the noise, hear your purpose. The first voice you listen to determines the direction of your day. Make sure it's yours. Make sure it's strong. Make sure it's wise. Make sure it's intentional. Because when you master your mind early, you walk into the day with confidence. You walk into the day with clarity. You walk into the day with strength. And the world can't shake a person who started the day anchored. Master the morning. Master the mind. Master the day. That is the formula. Simple, reliable, predictable. Success begins internally, long before it appears externally. Win the battle in your mind, and the day will follow. Win the day, and your life will follow. Let me tell you something simple, something powerful, something most people miss. Winning is not an event. Winning is a pattern, a rhythm, a way of living. Most people want a big win at the end of the month, but they don't want to win the day. And you can't win the year. If you lose the day, it doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. Success is a stack of small victories, small disciplines, little commitments done daily. And here's the truth. If you win today, you're already winning the future. So let's break this down. Win the day. The day is your smallest battlefield, but it's the most important. Don't underestimate it. Don't say, it's just one day. No. One day becomes 7. 7 becomes 30. 30 becomes a year. And a year becomes your life. Your whole life, built out of days. So how do you win the day? You start by setting 3 simple targets. Not 30. Not a long list that scares you off. Just 3. 3 wins. Because when you focus, you finish. When you spread yourself thin, you collapse. So each morning, you ask yourself, what 3 things will make today a winning day? And then you protect those 3 things. Guard them. Prioritize them. Put them on the front burner. Because here's the rule. If you do the important things first, the day can never defeat you. But if you let the world grab you first, the noise, the problems, the distractions, you lose the day before it even begins. You win the day by owning the day, and you own the day by deciding your targets before the world decides them for you. Win the week. A powerful life happens in weeks. Weeks are where momentum is built. A good week can change everything. A bad week can break everything. But what makes a week great? Not luck, not chance, not magic. Consistency, accumulation, rhythm. Let me give you the formula. Win 4 days, you win the week. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need 7 perfect days. You just need more wins than losses. So at the end of each week, you pause. You ask yourself 2 honest questions. 1, what worked? 2, what didn't? Reflection is how you turn experience into wisdom. Most people repeat their mistakes because they never review their actions. They sleepwalk through their days and then wonder why their life never changes. But not you. Not anymore. If you sit down for 10 minutes, 10 quiet minutes, and ask yourself these 2 questions, your next week will always be better than the last. And if every week gets a little better, just a little, your life becomes unstoppable. Remember this. A year isn't transformed in December. A year is transformed every Sunday. Plan, reflect, adjust. That's how you win the week. Win the year. Winning the year is the result of winning the days and the weeks. But there's one more element. Direction. A year needs direction, a purpose, a theme. You don't drift into a great year. You design it. You build it piece by piece. Let me give you the secret. Choose one major goal that defines your year. Not 20, not 10, just one. One big target, one breakthrough, one mountain to climb. Because when everything is important, nothing is important. Your year needs a headline, a mission, a banner you look at every day and say, this is what we're building. When you have that one major goal, the days begin to align. The weeks begin to form structure. And suddenly, you're not living randomly. You're living intentionally. That's the difference between the average life and the extraordinary life. The average life reacts. The extraordinary life prepares. The average life drifts. The extraordinary life directs its steps. The average life gets lost in days. The extraordinary life designs the year. And here's the truth. Most people underestimate what they can do in a year, but they overestimate what they can do in a day. You're going to do both. Win the day. Win the week. Win the year. Winners do small things. Consistently. They follow a rhythm. Plan the day. Review the week. Direct the year. That's the pattern. That's the blueprint. Success isn't one big decision. It's thousands of small ones. And the moment you embrace this truth, your life changes instantly because you'll realize something powerful. Winning is a habit, and so is losing. Choose your habit carefully. Every day you wake up, you choose. Every week you reflect, you redirect. Every year you build, you transform. And if you do this consistently, even quietly, your results will speak loudly. Win the day. Win enough days, you win the week. Win enough weeks, you win the year. Win enough years, and you win your life. That is the formula. Simple, predictable, powerful. And it's yours now. If you want to win the day, you must focus on what truly matters first. Most people start their day with noise, emails, messages, meetings, social media. They dive into the trivial, the urgent but not important. And by the time they reach the real work, they're tired. They're distracted. They've already lost momentum. Here's the truth. Winners do the important things early because the day is a battle. And the first hours determine the outcome. Your energy is highest in the morning. Your mind is clearest. Your discipline is strongest. If you don't use it on what matters, you'll waste it on what doesn't. And that's how ordinary days become ordinary lives. The power of high-value activities. High-value activities are not busy work. They are the actions that move the needle. The actions that create results. The actions that make the difference between average and extraordinary. For some, it's writing, planning, or designing. For others, it's selling, calling, or creating content. For all, it's work that requires focus, energy, and thought. Don't mistake motion for progress. Just because you are moving does not mean you are advancing. Busy work may make you feel productive, but it rarely builds wealth, influence, or success. Focus on the high-value activities first, and the day becomes a victory from the start. The first wins principle. Here's a principle I want you to understand. Small victories early in the day build confidence, momentum, and discipline. Do the hardest, most important task first, even before breakfast if you can. Even before checking messages. Why? Because it's a psychological win. You start the day knowing you have achieved something meaningful. You begin the day on top of the mountain. Everything else feels easier after that. Most people chase easy wins first. They check emails. They answer calls. They scroll social media. And they feel productive. But they've lost the battle before it began. The first wins principle is simple. Do the work that matters most first. Let the trivial wait. Let the noise wait. Let the world wait. Eliminate noise and distractions. If you want to focus on what matters, you must remove everything that doesn't. Turn off notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Put your phone out of reach. Here's a simple truth. Distraction is the enemy of productivity. Distraction is the silent killer of results. Distraction makes ordinary people busy and prevents extraordinary people from winning. Learn to say no. Learn to delay. Learn to protect your focus. Because if you don't, someone else will dictate the direction of your day. And most people's priorities are not aligned with your goals. Guard your focus like your life depends on it. Because it does. Your results, your income, your influence, all depend on it. When you complete high-value tasks early, everything else falls into place. It's like setting up dominoes. The first one knocks down the second. The second knocks down the third. And before you know it, your day is moving, flowing, producing results. Miss the first domino, and nothing else falls. You spend the day catching up, chasing deadlines, reacting to events. The first action sets the tone. The first choice directs the outcome. The first focus defines the day. Focusing on high-value activities first isn't just about productivity. It's about freedom. Because when you win your morning, you own the rest of the day. You are not at the mercy of interruptions. You are not dragged by urgent but unimportant tasks. Discipline in the first hours gives you control. And control is the foundation of success. Discipline is not restrictive. Discipline is liberating. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes. The habits compound. The results multiply. Soon, you're not just winning the day. You're winning every week, every month, every year. Practical steps to focus on what matters. 1. Identify your high-value activities tonight. Decide tomorrow's first wins before the day begins. 2. Start your day with them. Do the hardest, most important task first. 3. Eliminate distractions. Silence notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Protect your focus. 4. Celebrate small wins. Check one major task off your list. Feel the momentum. 5. Carry the energy forward. Use the confidence from your early victories to handle the rest of your day with clarity and strength. Remember this. The early focus determines the day. The day determines the week. The week determines the year. The year determines your life. Focus on what truly matters. Win the first battles. Eliminate noise. Prioritize the high value. Do this consistently. And ordinary days become extraordinary lives. High value focus first. Always first. That's how winners win. That's how champions create momentum. That's how you become unstoppable. If you want to change your life, don't look at the year. Don't look at the decade. Look at the day. Because life is a sum of days. And the way you live today determines how your life unfolds tomorrow. Winning the day is not about perfection. It's about consistency. Small victories. Repeated. Habits practiced daily. Choices made intentionally. Let me tell you something you already know, but need to hear again. Most people fail. Not because they don't know what to do, but because they fail to do it consistently. They start strong. They make plans. They have good intentions. But by Wednesday, the focus fades. The motivation wanes, and the day is lost. Success doesn't work that way. Success is built brick by brick, and the first brick is the day. Imagine this. You win one small battle today. You win the next tomorrow, and the next the day after. Individually, the victories seem small, insignificant, but over weeks, they build momentum. Over months, they become progress. Over years, they define a life of achievement. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. It's the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. Consistency compounds. Effort accumulates. Results follow. That's why winners focus on the day first. Because when the day is won, the week is won, the month is won, the year is won, and life is won. Winning the day doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen by wishing or hoping. It happens by intention. You decide. What matters today? What will I accomplish? How will I act? How will I use my energy, my time, my focus? Answer these questions each morning. Write them down if you must. Act upon them without delay. The world will offer distractions. It will demand your attention. It will present endless urgencies that are not important. But you must act first on what is important. You must win internally before reacting externally. Because the battle for your life is won in small, controlled victories, not in chaos and reaction. Here's a simple rule for winning the day. Win early, win fast, win intentionally. Do the most important task first. Complete it. Celebrate it. That early victory sets the tone. It builds confidence. It energizes your actions. It gives you momentum. Momentum is powerful. It turns effort into results. It turns discipline into freedom. It turns intention into achievement. The small victories are never small. They define the trajectory of your life. To win consistently, you must guard the day. Say no to distractions. Say no to interruptions. Say no to low-value activity. Your energy is finite. Your time is limited. Your attention is precious. If you let it be consumed by the world, you'll never do what you're meant to do. You'll never reach your potential. You'll drift. And a drifting life is an unfulfilled life. Protect your focus. Protect your energy. Protect your time. Because the way you treat the day is the way you treat your life. Each evening, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what went right today? What could I have done better? What lessons can I carry forward? Reflection turns experience into wisdom. Wisdom improves decisions. Better decisions create better days. Better days create a better life. Consistency does not mean rigidity. It means disciplined reflection. Small adjustments, continuous improvement. Every day is a chance to grow. Every day is a chance to improve. Every day is a chance to move closer to your goals. And when you take that chance every single day, your life begins to reflect your highest potential. Here's the secret. Your life is the sum of your days. Win enough days, and you win your weeks. Win enough weeks, and you win your months. Win enough months, and you win your years. This is the principle of compounding applied to life. Not money, not luck, but your effort, your focus, your discipline, your choices. It's simple. It's predictable. It's available to anyone willing to do the work. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Winning the day consistently builds discipline. Discipline builds accomplishment. Accomplishment builds a life worth living. Win the day. Not just once, not occasionally, but consistently. Win the day, every day. Win the week, every week. Win the year, every year. And your life will be won, because greatness is not found in luck. It is found in habit. It is found in discipline. It is found in the intentional victories of every single day. Start today. Win your day. And watch your life transform. Remember this. Your life is built one day at a time. The victories you earn today set the stage for tomorrow. Success is not an accident. It's not luck. It's the result of deliberate action, daily effort, and consistent focus. When you plan the night before, win your mind before the world touches it, focus on high-value activities first, and create momentum with your daily wins. You are no longer drifting. You are directing. You are in control. The world will test you. The world will distract you. The world will demand your attention. But you have already won the day before it even began. So rise with purpose. Act with intention. Win the small battles. And your life will follow. Because a life of success, fulfillment, and achievement is simply the sum of your daily victories. Win the day, every day. And your life will be one